Mike, turn your games down.
Our mini episode of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who's dancing with me tonight?
It's P.N.02. Hello, it's Dominic. How's it going?
Hey, it's Joe Larrey, and like our main character, I'm never taking my shades off.
And we are here to talk about a game that I don't know why we're doing. Well, I do know why. But
I can tell you exactly why we're doing it.
Did you played it?
Because you on New Year's Eve last year, you asked me about playing P.N.03, or maybe did I talk to you about playing P.N.03? One of us talked to the other, because we both talked about Chaos Legion and P.N.03 in the same conversation.
Yes.
And we have finally made good on that idea.
I wasn't sure if I was going to, but then you played it, so I was like, well, I guess I don't have a choice.
Sometimes I just have to buy it. Sometimes I have to play the whole thing to make you sit down with it. It's fun to see how much I can provoke you to do things.
Yeah, you have gotten me to play a few games. But we're here to talk about P.N.03, or product number 3, developed by Capcom Production Studio 4, published by Capcom and THQ apparently in Australia, and came out for GameCube in 2003.
Oh boy, did it. This is directed by Shinji Mikami.
Oh yeah, I only got one game left now of his.
His follow-up to the remake of Resident Evil.
Although looking in the history of this game, calling him the director is being generous.
I mean, it was made so fast.
Yeah, no, it was. But he was also very indifferent towards the whole project after he couldn't make the game he wanted to.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, he did get to make it a couple years later, and it was an awesome game.
Yeah, he wanted to make Vanquish, essentially, and then...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, probably Vanquish is probably such a developed idea since what he originally wanted to make, but that's probably closer to the idea.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the last of the Capcom 5.
The 4 of the 5 that made it out.
And technically the first of the 4 of the 5.
Because it was made the fastest.
Yeah. That's also
I can see why. There's no question why.
It's a third-person shooter in the most basic sense in a way, but also, you know, this is the part where we talk about playing in different difficulties, because there is a depth to it, but I don't think it's on easy.
Easy, it is press A to win.
Yeah, you shoot through the levels, I imagine, and then you just move through it.
Yeah, I played this on easy, obviously. Oh, so I always start these on memories before I go too far.
Yeah.
So I did play this game back in the day. I bought it on GameCube. I still have my copy behind me, but I don't feel like digging for it. And I probably paid under $10 for this thing easy, so I wasn't upset when I beat this game in like 3 hours. Like, okay, cool. But I knew a guy in high school that was super excited for this, bought this game at full price for $50 and beat it that night and was very, very upset.
It sounds like you played it on easy.
I mean, he might have played normal. It was high school time, so hard to say. But either way, I just knew he was not happy with this game.
He must have been better than me at it.
But yeah, I don't remember much. It wasn't my story. It was someone else that told me that, and I only found out years later. I knew the guy, but this always kind of stuck with me. But yeah, that's my history. Oh, what about you, Joe?
So the only interaction I have with this game was I remember I played it at a Walmart back in the old days when Walmart would have like the video game kiosk set up that you can go and play. They had a GameCube, and this was like on the demo disc of the GameCube. And I remember playing it, thinking it was a very odd game at the time. I don't think I've ever saw it out in the wild, though, seeing how little it sold. I guess that's not too surprising. But yeah, so this is technically my first time ever actually playing through this whole game.
This is a game, I want to say, that I purchased at one point when the GameCube games were like at their cheapest. When like they were still at GameStop, you could find someone like Ikaruga for like a reasonable price. And I remember I bought this and I played it for like 10 minutes and then put it away. I'm like, maybe eventually. Eventually probably like sold it to GameStop again, as you do sometimes.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, maybe I'm thinking about playing. I'm like, okay, I can get down with that. I like playing some weird one-off things that don't have any relevancy anymore. That's a fun time. I like seeing how those things get made.
Dominic, did you say what your history was?
Yeah, I said that I played it when things were at their cheapest, GameCube games, and then kind of eventually probably just sold it back. And then when you said we're going to do this, I'm like, okay, I'm going to invest now.
Okay, brain froze for some reason.
Oh, happens.
Okay, all right. So, I mean, it's a kind of a basic game. So you were saying about the difficulty selection. When me playing this on easy, it was very much just press A to win. There's a little bit of dodging, a little bit of movement, but not a whole lot. It was really just tap A and kill enemies fast. What is it like on normal?
Joe, did you play in easy or normal?
I started in easy and then I switched up to normal, so I can actually comment on both of these. But I will say normal, just pressing A is going to get you killed real quick.
Yeah.
Did you use any like the combo moves, Mike, during the easy mode, the special attacks?
The special attacks, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you definitely
Didn't need to.
Oh, you're going to need them in normal mode. And
did you do these optional missions at all?
Trials, yep. Gotta have to get the new suits and stuff to upgrade.
But Mike, did you?
What optional missions?
The trial.
They're in between. There are 5 trial missions to unlock in between each mission.
Oh, I didn't mess with them, though.
I did most of them.
This will answer my question then.
Yeah.
So this game on normal kind of plays like Dark Souls in a way, in the sense that you kind of, you warp in for your run, and it's kind of divided into separate rooms. In the main story, you have a specific set of rooms. It tells you how many rooms are in the level. You go through each room. You get points based on how many enemies you kill, yada, yada, yada. And the in-between missions and the optional ones, it's kind of like a roguelite in that it gives you a random set of rooms to go through. You kind of just gain points and gain points and gain points. And if you die, you keep your points. Those points then can be invested in between missions into like energy and other suits and attacks and things like that. Those are things you need to like just keep up with the enemies as the game gets harder. So there's a certain sense of like, okay, I died this time, but I think I got enough points to get to my next thing, or like I need to grind like 2 or 3 times to get like a health upgrade or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, easy. There was. I don't even like remember much of this game. I beat it in a day, like a week ago.
Yeah, this was definitely a journey of like, this is hard but doable. And then Chaos Legion was hard but not doable. And Evil Within also was hard but not doable on normal. It was a really weird time.
It's not like a better game on normal if you guys have to actually like try. Because I chose easy on purpose because it's me and I like games to be quick and I just like to go through them. Just
there's
who I
there's
am.
nothing wrong with that. It's made that way.
I mean, I'm glad it was there because like with normal you had to like do a lot of dodging and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's like it's kind of learning it's learning enemy repetition. Like, this is how this enemy moves. This is how quick it attacks. This is how to dodge the attack and respond in when your turn comes. Kind of rhythmic in that way.
Yeah, I was about to say it does have like a rhythm game feel to it, especially with the music and just the way your character moves. Yeah, it definitely feels like a rhythm game.
But that's why I make the Dark Souls comparison too, because it's very much kind of watching and understanding how each enemy does their thing. And then using like your abilities, which on the D-pad of the GameCube are not the best to pull out, but when you have your special attacks, they can be very helpful.
I played this on Steam Deck.
I mean, the D-pad on the GameCube is tiny.
Oh yeah, it's not a good D-pad.
No.
Having to do like left up or like whatever else, what other combinations there, I forget now, but sometimes you get it wrong.
I know they're tied to different suits and stuff too, so I did see that.
You have to unlock them too with the points. Yeah,
that was kind of dumb.
If points are souls, I think the comparison works pretty well.
But you don't drop them, do you, when you die? Or
that's the one difference. It's actually it's a nicer roguelite. Like you just die and come and you can just go back. Like if this was a different time and like games were like they were now, this game would be made differently, and I think for the better.
Also, if it had more time,
like if this was like, it's XBLA, it's Xbox One, let's make a quick like isometric roguelike and with Capcom flavor. I think this would do really well in that kind of scenario.
I mean, I could have seen this being like something that would have came out in that era and people would have been less upset. Because I can imagine if someone paid $50 for this game, I'd be pissed too. There's not a lot of game here for $50.
I think I cut out there.
No, saying, like, yeah, I can see people being upset. Like, I mean, it just is kind of a simple game, but then again, it was a different era. Like, I mean, how many action type games like this did we have? Like, this is, especially for GameCube, there wasn't a lot. So, like, on one hand, you should just be happy you have a fun action game on GameCube. Yes, it's short. Like, for me, who probably paid like $10 for this game, I was like, oh, awesome. Yeah, another GameCube game to add to my collection.
Yes. But I think the problem is that this game is made the way that it is, like, as a $50 retail game, right? Mm-hmm. Is like the next big project from Shinji Mikami.
Yeah, how'd that work out?
If this is like an isometric $15 XBLA joint, I think that would work a lot better for what it's trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you could really amp up the roguelite elements and like make it like you could like remake this today and put it out there with like a readjustment of what the priorities are and like how you market it, I think it would do okay.
I think it would be cool if you could do something like a Hi-Fi Rush kind of feel to it, where you have to shoot on the beat, get power-ups and stuff. That would be really neat.
I mean, I feel like this game was meant to start a franchise. It obviously did not.
Well, they call the second one just product number 4? That's so boring.
I mean, it's also a boring name, too. The P.N.03 or product number 03, depending on which wording you want to use. Like, that is not the naming you use to launch an IP.
It was either that or the White Jaguar was the other name.
White Jaguar would have been a lot better.
That's a better name. At least that would, I mean, without, racial, I feel like there's some racial things in there, but at least it sounds like a better name. And it's not like a Marvel character, White Tiger. There's that.
Yeah.
Better than P.N.03.
So the things that I guess he wanted to express with this were, number one, kind of reclaiming kind of like how Famicom games felt, like that kind of short, simple, like easy to pick up, hard to master kind of mentality. But also, I guess he was really into this being like a feminine kind of game, like a very feminine, delicate lines, curves, like that I don't really get as much. But sure, man, sure.
I don't get that either. Yeah. I mean, it's just, you're not really, like, yes, your character is a woman, but the only thing that really is anything is she has skin-tight suits. Other than that, it's just a character. Like, there's nothing to it.
I mean, she talks a little bit. Yeah. She says one-liners, kind of.
She's kind of like the prototype for Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the suit was made of her hair, this would be a different game.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a better game? Also, like, man, did they reuse areas like crazy in this game?
That's a big issue I have with this. And I know why they did it, knowing the history, but still, it's just like, it's all white.
That's why the roguelike concept would be such a cool thing, because then it makes sense.
Yeah, roguelike would have worked when you're doing this, because, like, there were times like, oh, okay, go this way. Like, something about backtracking. I'm like, how the fuck? I don't know where anything is. Like, everything's the same. Like, there's a part when you're escaping at the end of the game, and I got lost because everything looks the same.
You just got to remember where doors you've unlocked and which doors are still locked.
The door is green.
Yeah, I figured that out. You go the wrong way far enough, they tell you. Like, you're going the wrong way.
Now, imagine you have that, but it's all random. Imagine running into the same room 5 times in a row.
I mean, that's kind of what this game is. I mean, it does look cool. For the time, it does look cool. For 2003, the graphics aren't bad.
Yeah, I mean, the character model is good. The Mont and the robot designs are really cool, especially the bosses with all their transformations.
Yeah. Joe, have you said how long this game took to make yet?
Yeah, they had to make this game in 7 months. So the fact that this game is functioning as well as it does is nothing short of a miracle.
Apparently he wanted to bring new IP and also wanted to help boost Capcom's, what they were anticipating would be like a weak year, basically.
Yeah.
Wanted to pump it up a little bit.
I don't think they succeeded.
They did not. Also, I remember,
Mike, if you'll indulge me for a second, we've been through some things this year together.
We have. This isn't the worst, right? So there's that.
but there's like a little informal trilogy here of Chaos Legion, which is another Capcom game from 2003 that's forgotten, and The Evil Within, which is another project directed by Shinji Mikami. How do you feel about these 3 games now that we've gone through all 3 and their weird kind of like Venn diagram of ties?
I don't like any of them. Like, I didn't really I mean, this game was fine. Like, it wasn't bad. It was just, this is what I'm going to do today to keep myself busy and I can check a game off my list. It wasn't really, I wouldn't say fun.
I think for me, there was a little more of like a willingness to play ball, at least on normal difficulty, than there was with Evil Within, which felt like...
Evil Within is just bullshit.
I guess. I'm going to slog a little bit. And then Chaos Legion was like, oh, fuck you. Fuck this game.
Yeah, fuck that game too. Huh?
This one was like, okay, it's hard and on normal, but like, I will give it a shot. I will play ball.
I don't even want to say it's a bad game. It's just a simple game. And to go back to your point, like, yes, is this like a $15, $20 game in Xbox Live Arcade? Like, for example, it makes me think of a game called Hydrophobia that I remember I enjoyed on Xbox Live Arcade because it was a $10 release and it was just a little third-person game. And, like, this would have worked in that case. That's kind of, I mean, I feel like if they would have did that, well, then again, they were trying to get big money out of this. And, I wonder how many suckers bought this game.
The big marketing of the Capcom 5. Probably one of the worst ideas they actually had, though, unfortunately.
I mean, they released, the next 3 are good games. RE4, Killer 7.
Beautiful Joe.
Beautiful Joe.
No, 2, I believe.
What 2?
I think it was Beautiful Joe 2 was the one that was included, wasn't it?
No, it's the first Beautiful Joe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was all part of the new IP. Well, I guess one of those is not new IP, but yeah, it was like the GameCube exclusives. Which, I mean, to be fair, this is the only one that stayed on the GameCube.
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder why.
No, what I will say though is I don't think this is as bad as people give it shit for.
No, I agree with that. I just think when you look at the other games that were included in that Capcom 5 thing, I could make the case that this is probably, I don't want to say the worst, but probably the least memorable of the 4 games.
Oh, sure.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
I played all of them. It's the worst. You can say that. It's the worst because of greed. Because I feel like if they would have just let this game bake for a few more months, like, there could have been something here. Because the gameplay itself is a little entertaining, but the story is a nothing burger. Like, you could have done something with this character. Maybe have an area that don't look all exactly the same because you just reuse the panels you already, the drawings you already made. Like, you could have done something
when they went
here.
outside between base to base. That was different.
Okay, 1 or 2 scenes. There you go.
I'm being facetious.
I know. But, like, you could have done something with here, because, like, even with just me tapping A, I mean, there were times, like, okay, this isn't that bad, and you do get other suits, and you can then dress her up, apparently, in, like, a half-naked suit I'm seeing in the speedrun right now. So, like, there's stuff to it with other abilities, like, there's some coolness to it, and the character does look cool, but corporate greed just gets to me. And this is another example of that, where I'm like, oh, we gotta, like you said, 7 months. Like, that is not enough time to make a GameCube game. I mean, hell, look at today's market. It takes how many years to make a video game now?
5.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's a little ridiculous, but like 7 months is still, like, just give them a little bit more time. Like, let it bake. But no, we gotta get those shareholders.
In a way, though, that's kind of like, you need to have the project that makes you understand that, right?
Yeah, but does corporate greed ever understand that?
No, but no one's really tried it since then that we know of.
Fair.
Like, I don't see Capcom trying. Like, Capcom will sometimes do a yearly sequel, but that's the worst it'll do.
Was this still during the time of Kenji and Fune?
Oh yeah,
being in charge.
Yeah,
and Fune left in like 2009, 2010, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
My God, I don't know why they put that guy in charge.
Because he made hella Mega Man games.
Yes, but he was an artist. He was a good artist and good concept design, but not.
This was the dark time for Capcom. The beginning of it kind of carried over.
I don't know if I agree. I think the dark time was when Inafune left.
And they stopped making stuff for a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lost Planet 3, no one cared about.
Oh, God, that's right.
I need to play that one day.
On 3DS.
I actually met the guy, I interviewed him once on the show, and I'm still friends with him on Facebook, who actually was the art director for Lost Planet 3.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've never actually played it yet. We talked a little bit about it, but I've always wanted to play that game. I just never got around to it.
I'm sure he did a great job. The art looks cool. I will give it that.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's a decent game. It's just people just didn't care. Lost Planet 1 is fine.
But like even then, like that was like 3 years after this.
Yeah.
They were still putting out new IP and trying things. Monster Hunter,
Dead Rising.
Monster Hunter,
Dead Rising.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean, it is nice to know that they were trying IP, and I wouldn't mind if I wouldn't mind this came back.
I mean, the GameCube on Switch 2 be a perfect game to slot in there.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Also, that whole Switch 2 GameCube shit is bullshit, so.
I mean, there was just an article I was reading about how GOG had to convince Capcom to let them put the old Resident Evil ports on PC.
Crazy that they had to convince them.
Because they're like, oh, we have the remakes, so like, what does it matter?
Yeah.
I figure that mindset would have been gone by now. People want to play old games just because they want to play old games. Even if you have the new shiny of the same thing, people are still going to want to experience the game that they played when they were younger, or just experience it for the first time. Like, I don't understand that mindset from video game creators. Like, for this, the only way to play this is to download it on an emulator, which Nintendo would not be happy about. Like,
or get like
you said, I mean, even if it's on GameCube, wouldn't be but just have it exist. I just get upset because I don't like Nintendo.
Yeah.
And the GameCube should have been on Switch 1, not save it till Switch 2.
I don't disagree with you. But, if they had it on Switch 1, they can't potentially still sell you Wind Waker HD next year.
Yeah, I know. I get the reason for it, and I don't like the reason for it. I'm just
anticipating the direct announcement when they're like, you can play Wind Waker HD on Switch, but if you have a Switch 2, you can download. Oh, you already download the original.
Yeah, they're not going to re-release it. I mean, I don't understand why the HD went locked to Wii U. That's a whole nother conversation. But like, this game should have been put on PC at some point. Like, just put it out there. But since Nintendo is attached to it, it will never see the light of day, most likely.
I mean, does Nintendo matter at this point?
Yeah,
with P.N.03?
Yeah, they weren't
They
the publisher or the developer, so they don't really have a.
Oh, then you're right. That shouldn't matter then.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What the fuck, Capcom?
I think it's just Capcom's just like, all right, this game sold like garbage. We'll just forget about it and move on. Because like you think about it, like Beautiful Joe got a sequel. Resident Evil's still going strong. I mean, Killer 7, well, never got a sequel. I know those characters have shown up in other Suda 51 games. So like all the other ones went on to have some level of success, and this one just got left behind.
We did not get another Dino Crisis, though. That is unfortunate.
Hey, we got a third Dino Crisis game. Remember that?
But that was the same year as this.
Yeah, yes, it was.
That's fun.
And I own that game.
I never played it. I've always wanted to,
I'm looking
but I haven't really emulated Xbox a whole lot.
Mike, have you ever heard of this game? I'm putting it in the chat.
That's making me have to do work. Let me see.
It's called Under the Skin.
Yes. I recommended that game, actually.
There's two reasons I laughed about that. Because one, yes, Joe recommended it and it's on my list of things to get to. And two, that was actually supposed to be on the show in 2020, but the guy who recommended it left. So then I just changed it.
I have never heard of this game. I thought I would be familiar with most Capcom games in this era at this point, but this is new to me completely.
Yeah, it's on my list to get to someday just because, like, when anything is... I have a weird problem where something is mentioned for the show, it stays in my databanks, and I'm like, one day. Like, kind of like with this. This was something that we brought up, and I was surprised I found another person besides Dominic that wanted to talk about it with me.
But the same team made Under the Skin after P.N.03.
Mm-hmm. And it's a very weird game as well.
But instead of, Shinji Mikami, they got a different guy to direct and write it.
Kind of. Yeah, I do want to play it. I know Jill and Nemesis are in it, actually.
Yep, that's the only reason why I ever picked it up, because it was like, ooh, Resident Evil.
This looks weird.
Mm-hmm. It's really strange. But it probably has more than one design for your areas like this game. Hey.
It looks way more stylish, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is during the time when they were trying to go for that realistic graphic style.
Oh, yeah. And like they were putting out new IPs all the time. Another game that never got a sequel, never got a re-release, Chaos Legion.
Yeah, that game deserves a re-release. I wouldn't say a sequel, but does deserve a re-release.
Yeah, this is the era when we started getting Devil Kings.
I need to... Oh, yeah, I want to put that on the show next year. I want to play Devil Kings.
I've been talking about Devil Kings.
I know, that's the plan. Hey, you got me to play a few really random PS2 games already. Bujingi, we did.
Yeah.
So, that was an odd one. That was a good game. Oh, and like... Another thing with this game, like the story, I guess you're working for a clone of yourself or something. Like
it's the Vegas shit.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
You're a badass woman, and you're hired to do a thing, and they're talking to you, and they got snappy lines, and you got snappy lines back
because it's the same person.
And you let your one
except
clone,
her head is bigger.
Yeah, and you let your clone die in an explosion.
But are you the clone, or is that the clone? Like it's one of those kind of questions.
Yeah, makes you think, doesn't it? Credits.
Not really.
Not really.
I just turned the game off.
I know, it's like, will you still be my mercenary? I'll sleep on it. And credits. Wait, what?
It's called 7 months.
Yeah.
Also, like, it just gives off the GameCube can't handle cinematics and voice acting, so we're not going to do it, except for like the 2 scenes where we do it.
Oh, yeah. That's fair. I didn't think about that part of it, because the GameCube system, even though I really like the GameCube out of the 3, like when I got my first system of this gen, I actually ended up buying all 3. But I remember asking my parent to get me a GameCube. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, I still like the GameCube. The discs are cute, even if they don't hold as much.
It's a good system. It's a really good system, and there's some real gems on the GameCube that never have come off the GameCube. This is not one of them, but it is a unique experience.
I still stand by my statement. It needs to be released on the Switch 2 Online.
I think that would be fine. I just don't see
discourse and like on X or something in modern day of people playing through this.
Well, if it was on X, it would just be talking about how the game is woke. If it was on X,
okay, maybe not X, but Blue Sky, maybe seeing all the journalists and people react to P.N.03 now.
Yes, I mean Blue Sky would be fine, or other places. I hate Twitter. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll hear things that like this came from Twitter. I'm like, don't believe it. There's a cesspool.
By the way, do you all know who voiced Vanessa Schneider?
I do not. Yeah, I have no idea who.
Jennifer Hale.
Oh, I know her. Mass Effect, right?
And Samus for a minute there.
Okay. Maybe this was kind of like their way to make him, because this feels like a Capcom's version of Samus in a way.
Yeah.
because she's a space bounty hunter in a futuristic world. And maybe that's what they were going for in a way. Like,
Also got feels
I don't know.
like Mega Man to a certain extent.
yeah. And this is when Capcom still knew who that character was.
And I don't know, you played the X games, didn't you, at this time?
Yes, I played all the X games but Command Mission so far on this
Oh.
show.
The one good one from this time period.
I'm going to be doing it next year, hopefully.
But hey, also though, Battle Network was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I never played any of those, actually.
Maybe should.
Yeah.
But
I want
also
to.
Zero games happen.
Zero games, yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah, but that was Game Boy Advance. I feel like Capcom was doing better with maybe, or I don't know. There's some really good Game Boy Advance games I know that I've not played ever. So.
I mean, it makes sense in the fact that like the Game Boy Advance was like a Super Nintendo-esque system, a little bit more advanced, maybe. So like they already kind of knew what worked for that.
I feel like if this game was longer and had more of a story, it also would have been better. Like just a little bit more to it. She also didn't move fast enough for my liking. Like when she dodges, she's a little too slow. You kind of had to know. Like I guess what you said earlier, you have to know it's coming.
Right. It kind of makes you follow a certain rhythm, certain pace.
Yeah.
Which
I didn't care for.
there is something to that kind of design, but it could go a lot farther.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wasn't into it.
What did you? I know we briefly touched on it, but what did you guys think of the controls of this game? Because they really felt like tank controls to me initially, but I'm not exactly sure if they were. I mean, what did you guys feel about it?
I mean, they're a little tanky because you have to like hit a button to turn or do a 360. I mean, I wouldn't say they're tank controls, but they just don't feel right for a third-person action game like this. But then again, like go back to my other point, she doesn't move as fast as I would expect from like a Dante or from like a Bayonetta, something of that nature. She's kind of slow moving when it comes to dodging. Like when you hit L, it should be immediate boom, like zoom to a side, not like, oh, we're gonna twist now, but you better hit that button before the enemy actually starts shooting you.
I mean, yes, but we talk about just pacing, how they are intentionally pacing it out, right? And I think for that, I'm okay with the L and the R kind of being the like dodge to the side, like because it feels very intentional. Like that's kind of how they want you to primarily like engage with the game. Like yes, you can turn and like kind of take control your way around, but I think realistically they want you to side to side. Like again, kind of like a rhythm game. If you were just walking down a plane and just shifted between like different paths, it would work a lot better. Like if this is on rails, like a Killer 7 or something.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was cool. I just thought I thought she dodged just a little too slow. That was my only like complaint with it. Other than that, but yeah, I mean, they're a little off controls for what I think we're used to. But then again, maybe this is one of the earlier like third-person action games that we would have gotten at the time, and now we're just used to it.
And I like kind of weird control schemes, seeing how kind of people tried things. I think that's interesting from a development perspective, of like a historical thing of like, well, this one controls like this, and maybe we wouldn't do that now, but there's something here that we can kind of retrofit back into an idea later on.
I still kind of wonder what a sequel would have looked like had we been lucky enough to get one, because I would have liked to seen them do more with this. I mean, the boss fights are all right. One's like a giant train or something that you fight, and they're okay. They're nothing to write home about.
That final boss was definitely pretty intense on normal mode. I don't know what it was like on easy.
Yes. Oh God.
It wasn't that uneasy, by the way.
Yeah, I died quite a few times on that.
And then oh God. Then you have limited continues even if you buy a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I spent like 40 continues on that thing. I had to reload at least
damn.
once. Because
I guess normal was a different game, huh?
Oh,
yeah.
I wonder what hard is like.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I don't.
Was it just a lot of dodging then for you guys? Like just having to hit left and right and stuff like that?
Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you just kind of gotta run.
Yeah, run and
like certain attacks. It's not enough just to dodge. Like you gotta really fucking look at what they're doing.
You gotta learn to use cover, like hide behind the walls and stuff too. Use the environment.
Yeah.
Oh, in that final boss, isn't there like a hole that you can fall to your death pretty quickly, if I remember correctly? Because I got knocked down at once.
But there's the center is like slightly elevated, and sometimes like if you go down like that 6 inches to the place below it, like that's enough to kind of shield you from one of the attacks.
Yeah, but it's tough.
And she has like a roll ability, which seemed kind of stupid. I mean, I used it a couple times with lasers, but it didn't seem very. I guess you could roll under stuff too, like attacks.
Yeah.
She seemed a little awkward for her controls in her environment, like, compared to the enemies.
I am curious if like what this could be on hard. Like what kind of different game would it now be?
You could find out.
Oh God, no.
I really wonder if it's like a one-hit kill kind of thing, if it's supposed to emulate like the old arcade games.
I'm sure that would be a games done quick speedrun I'd love to see.
Yeah, I don't see that happening though. I mean, I'm sure there's someone that runs it or has ran it, but Games Done Quick doesn't always like to do really random shit though.
I mean, if it's impressive, I think they might persevere, but they have to kind of prove themselves.
Oh, here's a random thing that I just watched. So you remember the enemies that would have a shield that would pop up above them?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could change your target until like in the final area. So at first I'm like, how the fuck do I kill? Like, this makes no sense. And I finally figure out what button to press. I'm like, oh. With the GameCube, like when you're playing on fake GameCube controllers, sometimes it can be hard to realize what buttons are what. Because, I don't know, the GameCube is not as simple as like a PS2 or 360 or Xbox controller. I don't know. I was struggling with what it took me a bit to figure out what button it was supposed to be. Maybe that might have just been a me problem.
I mean, there are quirks with different systems, right?
Yeah. I do have a fake GameCube controller, but I play this on the Steam Deck, so that wouldn't have worked. But I have played games before when I pull out the fake one and use it on PC. Like when we did Star Fox Assault.
Yeah.
I have a fake N64 controller too, but I almost never use that thing.
That's for when you gotta play Mischief Makers or something.
I do want to play Mischief Makers, to be honest with you, because I've seen a lot about that game in the recent time, and I'm like, huh, this looks interesting. All right, anything else to say about product number 3 we haven't touched on?
It's a game that I think if you like delving into like the GameCube or like that era and want something that can be a difficult challenge in an interesting way, it might be worth your time.
Keyword.
Like if you give it that like, okay, I'm ready to treat this like a Souls game and just kind of like grind my way through it, you might enjoy it, I think.
All right. I think we'll go to Shelf Stacker Box. And Jill, why don't you lead us in?
Like we discussed, I don't think this game is as bad as its reputation gets, but I don't see myself going back to play this game at all. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to put this in the box or maybe even sell it just because I think this game goes for some money now. I don't actually know, but it's on the GameCube and everything on the GameCube is stupidly expensive now. But unfortunately, I'm going to put this on the box and move on to some other games for the time being and kind of just forget about this game, unfortunately.
Like Capcom did. You can too.
Yep.
All right, I'll go next. I'm going to put this in the box also. I played it twice, beat it twice. I never need to play this game a third time. Will I sell it? No, because I'm an idiot. But yeah, it did go in the box. I mean, it's fine, but I have no interest in ever playing it again. I made my episode about it that some people will hear, and now it exists in the catalog. Good enough for me, so box.
Yeah.
Dominic.
I am going to put it in the box. It is a decent time. I think, at this point, it's hard to. I've never played every GameCube game, so it's hard to say among GameCube exclusives like what's still worth playing and what isn't. But like, it's also not that special.
To be fair, there's also not that many GameCube exclusives because some of those games got re-released on other systems if they were third party, unless they're Nintendo.
If you're interested in Shinji Mikami and you like doing the research, it might be a pleasant surprise. So I don't know.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. If you enjoyed this episode, it's over 850 other episodes of this podcast. Go check out our giant catalog. And Dominic, where can people find you at?
You can find me on the Dissonant Waves podcast. We are on YouTube. You can also find me in the Overblood Facebook group.
All right. And want to give a shout out to my awesome intro and outro critic, Helena at Hellhassery. Follow her on TikTok and Instagram. If you want to be a part of the show, if you want to suggest things for the show, join our Discord. It's free. I'm always asking people to join us and chat with us and be on episodes. I record a lot of episodes. And if you want to support the show, we do a Patreon, a little dog and vote in our Patreon poll. We have 1 to 2 polls a month. And then also, if you donate $10 or more, I'll give your podcast or YouTube a shout out for every episode I make during that month. Like these lovely people, Phoebe Stanton, the Let's Play Princess on Twitch and YouTube. And you can also find her podcast, Nerds of Broadcast. Definitely go check all that out. And check out absolutely the best podcast of work in progress. They're talking about the Alien movies currently. At the time you're hearing this, they're going through the whole franchise, and they did cover the entire MCU. So check them out. Lots of great episodes. You'll hear familiar voices, too. And we'll give a shout out to Gamer Looks at 40 with Bill Tucker, currently on hiatus, but he'll be back eventually. But still plenty of episodes you've never listened to his show to check them out. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, audio only. And rate and review for Get Your Podcast. I think that's everything I need to say. So we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Piano bye.
Sayonara.